believe. Yeah.
Now,
Mhm.
Chicago is on the clock. Do you have a preference?
I'm
going to tell you right now. It's close.
Yeah. Um, and I believe that it is very close, right? And you look at need and fit, right? Um, whoever they go with, I'm completely fine, right? But I
Yeah,
have been leaning the more forward
yeah,
path. Um, just looking at the, you know, the potential prospects that we have, right? Just looking down the line, but I would like Demidov at 2, but if they go Levshunov, I completely understand it, and I love him also, right? Great player. If you want to get into it, yeah.
yeah, man. For Chicago at 2,
Hmm.
I have narrowed it down to 3 players.
Okay.
There's obviously Ivan Demidov, Artyom Levshunov, and also the wild card, Caden Lindstrom.
Right. Right.
I'm still very high on him, and I think where he goes will partially be decided by how injuries look when he turns up at the combine, how his physicals go.
Hmm.
Because he had first he had a hand injury, but that's not really the concern. The concern is a lower back injury, I think, while training, while recovering from that hand surgery.
Hmm.
And I mean, lower back injuries are scary, man.
Yeah. Especially
That that,
at
that
like
could
six
scare
foot
teams
three.
away. Yeah,
Yeah. Um, did not hear a lot about that back issue, but yeah, that's serious stuff. And
so
at that size, right? Yeah.
yeah, I had him pegged for a top 3 pick earlier in the year, but now I mean he could definitely drop. It
Yeah.
we'll know more after the combine.
Hmm.
Full
It's
disclosure,
Yeah.
I have Caden Lindstrom second overall on my board, but I get to do that because I don't have to make the pick.
Right.
If I
Right.
had to make the pick, that may not be the direction I go. I don't. There's no consequences for me having Caden Lindstrom second overall.
Yeah. And I totally uh, get that ranking, right? He's an awesome player, great shooter,
Yeah,
great passer.
his
Yeah,
ceiling is ridiculous.
yeah. One thing I have noticed with him, Caden, right? Just looking back at his like shift by shift tape, um, I know there's a lot of talk about Demidov's skating, right? His technique, right? His style.
Right.
But Caden, it seems like he's trying harder than he needs to with his strides.
Maybe.
Like he's kind of like how do I say it? Like he's starting with a like a running start. Um,
That's interesting.
I don't know, just something that I picked up on
See,
with his
I'm not
strides.
worried.
Yeah,
I'm not worried at all about his skating long term.
yeah.
At least I see it as very projectable.
Hmm. Yeah.
It's
Uh,
powerful. It's
mhm.
lengthy.
Yeah, definitely.
It's threatening.
Oh yeah,
Now back to the Hawks specifically. I don't think
yeah.
they can justify Caden Lindstrom at second overall. I
Hmm.
here's what I'll say. I don't partake in sports betting very often, but on draft day I will be betting on Artem Levshunov going second overall to Chicago.
And I'm also with you there, right? Like
That's
I,
who I'm expecting, and
yeah,
I I think I think that's worth a bet.
yeah. Um,
It just makes too much sense for where they are right now, and
mhm.
these next couple drafts, how they project and who will be there where Chicago is. I mean, they're hoping not to be picking top 5 next year.
Right.
This, in my opinion, is going to be Chicago's last chance to draft a blue chip defenseman.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there.
They're going to have a very tough time passing this up. And you know what?
Mhm.
Luke Richardson and Kevin Dean and the
Right.
entire development staff, they're going to look at Levshunov and they're going to be like, Jesus, we can really work with this.
Right.
We think we can turn this into something special. We see those tools. We see everything he brings, the whole package. We know that he's maybe a step behind the curve mentally in some ways.
Mm-hmm.
And by the way, he was playing Belarusian juniors just 2 seasons ago. Of course he's behind the curve. It'd be crazy if
Right.
he wasn't.
And
But
he's still 18 right
yeah,
now.
he stepped
Yeah.
in the NCAA and became Michigan's #1 defenseman.
Yeah. And uh, is it debatable that he was the D1 in college hockey, or could you debate someone else
The
being
1D, um, ooh, yeah, there's a few guys who definitely give him a run for his money, but like that's
yeah,
not even. God, he's 18, man.
right, right,
18,
yeah,
and he's playing the Belarusian Junior League.
hmm
I think they had last year. They had 2 drafted prospects in their entire league.
hmm
It's not. It's not a league that produces a lot of NHLers.
right, and
He,
at that age too.
yeah,
It's
he was not in an elite development system like all these North American kids were, and he came in and he had to really put it together really quickly, and he has.
yeah. So I have his numbers pulled up here.
Yep.
Yeah, so still 18 years old, 6'2", 209, but we'll see his measurements at the
Yeah, I think he's gonna come
combine,
in.
right?
I think he's gonna come in just over 6'2".
I think so too, right? He's a pretty stocky guy.
Yeah,
Stout shoulders, broad shoulders.
he's probably who I'm most interested in seeing their results for the combine testing. He is probably it's between this guy and Cole Baudouin
hmm
as for the most athletic draftable players right now.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
going to be very very interesting to see their numbers and compare them.
Hmm
He's kind of a freak of nature.
He is. He is. And even on the stat sheet as well, right? Not 9
Yeah,
goals, 26 assists, 35 total points in 38 games. So
can't
near point per
can't
game
cannot complain with that at all.
as an 18-year-old in college hockey. It's
Right.
it's it's crazy. And I know I said when we started, I think I would prefer a forward, just looking at it from here, right?
Right.
But if I was to bet on it, and it's weird also because it seems like there is a um, majority of Hawks fans that want Demidov, right?
It's not even close. At
And,
least the spaces I've been in with
right.
Hawks Twitter and the Hawks subreddit,
hmm
it's really not close.
Right. It definitely seems like fans want that spark, right? But
Yeah.
I I I would also put the bet that they're probably going to go Levshunov.
Yeah. They're going to have a real tough time passing on this opportunity.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. A quick question for you though:
Yeah, man.
what if they do go Demidov?
I'll be
What are your thoughts
thrilled.
on that too? Yeah.
I'll be thrilled. I'll just again, this is the last chance we may have to draft this quality of D. And the thing is, Alex
hmm
Vlasic, something. Alex Vlasic,
Yeah.
he kind of has played his way out of all the other partners that we have in the system right now.
hmm
Really, Sam Renzel and fucking Nolan Allen are the only 2 guys that have kind of shown they can be right side.
Yeah.
No one else has really shown that they can comfortably switch over to their right side. Everyone but Sam Renzel is left-handed. So
hmm
I don't know, man. With
Yeah.
Vlasic's elevated play this season, he's kind of proved that I'm kind of ignoring Seth Jones, obviously.
Yeah.
Once this team is competitive, I kind of expect him to by then kind of be
Mhm.
pushed down lower in the lineup, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I just think you have to plan ahead with this pick. This is the opportunity to draft for Alex Vlasic, and this is the next few drafts are not
Mhm.
necessarily drafts for defensemen.
Right. That's
Well,
what I've heard also. Yeah.
this is the draft for defensemen,
Hmm.
and we have the opportunity to get the potentially the best defenseman in this draft,
Right.
or at least the best prospect
Yeah.
defenseman in this draft.
Top of the list. Right. Um, yeah. So very interesting stuff, man. It's gonna be crazy, right? June 28th is draft day, right? Round one in Vegas. But let me pull up Demidov really quick. Just taking a look at
For
his
sure.
numbers. Let's see here. St. Petersburg. That was the MHL team, right? Yeah.
Yep. Yeah,
Let's
I
see.
don't know how much you know about his contract situation.
Mhm.
Actually, funny we're recording this today because
Yeah.
the contract situation is sort of resolved. He's
Really.
it's been yeah, it just got terminated this morning. He's coming, or what am I talking about? I was thinking of Matvey Michkov. No.
Oh,
Demidov.
Mitchkov.
My bad.
Yeah. So so Demidov has 1 year or
Yes,
what do you think?
he has one year left and he's
1 year.
refusing to resign, which
Yeah.
is actually kind of a worry for me because he may be held back yet again in the Russian Junior League.
I can see that too. Yeah.
Because
It's
I mean, this is it's punitive. It's not about his skill level.
yeah.
I think there's actually a pretty good chance that he does not get much KHL minutes next year, and he gets put back down.
Wow, man.
So
It's
that's
unfortunate. Yeah.
another factor when it comes to the risk. He's going to
Hmm.
be spending potentially 4 years in a row in a league that is just below his level. This is,
Hmm.
I think, with NHL equivalency, this is a league closer to the BCHL than any other junior league right now. But that's a whole
Yeah.
other discussion. It's just not it's just not exciting for his development.
Right.
And I think he's still going to be. I think he's going to overcome that. He's going to overcome that. He's going to come probably play AHL 2 years from now.
Yeah.
But man, I just don't like the fact that he's going to be probably playing mostly MHL for 4 years in a row when he shouldn't
Right.
be.
It's weird, right? It would have been like Korch staying in like the Dub in Seattle, the Thunderbirds for like
Right.
two more years, right?
It probably
Uh,
would have been worse than that
right?
for me.
Yeah.
Like
The
I feel like
yes,
Korchinski still would have had stuff to learn from the WHL.
I think so
Mishkov,
too. Yeah.
Demidov. I keep on getting Demidov does not really have anything more to learn from the MHL.
Yeah.
He outgrew this league 2 years ago, man.
Hmm. Yeah. And that's the big question, right? Like, does his play translate to a higher level, right? Or is he just
It
playing,
it will
that
eventually.
side?
It will eventually, but
Yeah.
it's just fucking with his development. It's just not nice.
Hmm. It's unfortunate, man. Russia, crazy, man, crazy
Russia,
stuff.
man.
Russia. I'm just taking,
So
yeah. I was just gonna take a look at his numbers really quick.
yeah, go for it.
Let's see here.
Does that include
MHL, yeah,
playoffs? I don't think that includes playoff numbers because his playoff numbers kind of got ridiculous.
yeah. It does not have it, but I have seen stuff from that.
Like
Uh,
through some stretches, he was pushing 3 points a game. I think
yeah, I believe so.
so. 2 points a
Um,
game regular season, and then like
mhm.
2.5 postseason.
That's nuts. Yeah, I wish I had it on here, but it's
No,
probably
I can get it.
on.
I can get it
Yeah.
real quick. I want to know the
Mhm.
actual rate he was scoring in the postseason.
Mhm. Yeah. So 23 goals, 37 assists, 60 points in 30 games. Yeah. So 2 points per game in the MHL. Yeah. So it's interesting stuff, definitely.
So in the playoffs, he played 17 games,
Hmm.
pretty much leading his team to that championship. He got 11 goals and 17 assists for 28 points. 28 divided by 15. Okay. It was
Hmm.
it was some series where he got close to 3 points a game. It wasn't the whole playoffs. The whole playoffs, he was just over 1.6 points per game. But I mean,
Yeah,
still,
still crazy.
he
Yeah.
he carried that team.
Hmm. St. Petersburg. Wow, man, crazy.
So if we go back to the mock
Yeah.
draft real quick,
Hmm. Let's take a look at it. Yep.
I do think
Hmm.
there's probably like a 60% chance they go Artyom Levshunov. I
I
think we
think so
should.
too.
I think we
Right.
select him here.
Yeah. For our mock, yeah. Let's go with Artem. Right. Let's go with
Yep.
him today. Artem Levshunov, ranked
He.
third here, but you
Yeah,
know.
man. See, the thing is, the floor is pretty high on him, but the
Hmm.
ceiling is also quite high. And
Oh yeah.
him,
Yeah.
he would complement Alex Vlasic so well.
I think so too. Yeah.
They would be
Um,
a great pairing.
they would. I love his passing. Right. Just how he works the blue line. Uh,
Yeah, I think
just super clean,
his
man.
biggest strength might be the transition game right now. Transitioning
Hmm.
from the D zone to the offensive zone, he'll join that rush and
Oh yeah, definitely.
he'll make it quick. I'm excited for him. I'm already excited, but
Hmm.
just again, I would not mind Demidov one bit. We're really in a can't lose situation with those top three players I was talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
So
So
let's see who went. Yeah, if let's
yeah,
actually go back down to number three. I want to see how
yeah.
this went.
Let's see how the board dropped here.